You are listening to the In Between Sales Calls podcast with Derek Shebby, episode 61. Welcome, everyone. I've worked with a lot of salespeople, a lot of sales organizations this year, and I've got this big realization that I just have to say today. I just got to say it. I got to put it out there. You ready? The pandemic has made B2B salespeople soft. Yep, I said it. It's made B2B salespeople soft, weak. Salespeople are actually no longer salespeople anymore. It's weird, but it's true. And another part of that impacted it from the pandemic was this whole work from home environment. Now, I agree that there's some people that should be working from home, and those are parents, right? And people that need to be there for their kids. But the rest of the people out there that don't have kids, get over this work from home environment. You know that you should be in the office, you should be working from the office, and you're going to be much more effective when you're not distracted outside of the office, because there's a lot of things that you can get distracted on now, isn't there? When you're a parent, though, and you're working from home and you're supporting your kids and things like that, you have a different level of urgency to get work done, and you can do that. You can juggle and balance your time much better if you do work from home. It's okay, and you can in fact do both. You can deal with your children and you can work from home, so it works. But if you don't have kids, get to the office. Come on. Stop trying to get that entitled, I should be working from home thing. Because when you're working from home, you know you're not working. Come on. When I started sales, I started because I wanted to control my income. I don't know about you. That's why I did it. Because you got to do a lot to be a salesperson. You got to put up with a lot. It's not easy. And going through college, I didn't have any specialty like engineering or medicine or anything like that I wanted to go into. I was a business major, and so because I was a business major, I had to go into sales. But I was okay with that because I knew, like you did too, salespeople make the most money. It's the truth. It's just how it is. But they do it because they do the things that other people don't want to do. There's this cartoon strip that you've probably heard me talk about in the past. But it's one where there's a king and he's got a sword. And he's stepping out of his tent, and he's obviously in the middle of a battle. And all around him, you've got his army, and his army are filled with people that have spears and shields. So it's that kind of war. Back in the day. And two people are talking to the king, obviously saying that there's someone here who wants to talk to you. And the king says, I don't have any time to meet with some pesky salesperson. I have a battle to fight. And then you see the salesperson in the image, and the salesperson looks distraught. I mean, you just got rejected. But the salesperson has a machine gun that he's trying to sell them. A machine gun. Think about that. It's got a machine gun. And could that help this king in his battle, where they're just using swords and spears and shields? Of course, a machine gun would make an impact. That's the role of the salesperson. That salesperson interrupts people. They believe in what they sell. They face their fears. They get out there and they do whatever it takes to get a chance to get people to see how their offering could make an impact in someone's world. And not a lot of people like to do that. That's scary, right? There's fear that comes with doing that sort of role. But that's what a salesperson is, right? And that's the thing that you and I both knew we signed up for when we became salespeople. We knew we would be getting comfortable being uncomfortable, right? But things have changed, right? The pandemic made us soft. I mean, there's cold emails. There's that whole idea that, oh, you know what? We can't go in the field anymore. Guess what? We can't go in the field. But you can send out cold emails though. And you send thousands of them and people are just going to respond, and it's going to be easy. You're just going to make so much money just going to kick back. Or they said, you know what, you're going to go on LinkedIn and you're going to post all the time and you're going to do social selling. And guess what? It's going to be amazing. People are just going to reach out to you saying they're interested. It's awesome. Now, if I had to sit back and write emails all day and spend time on a social network all day, is that scary? Do you think that's scary? Right now, wherever you listen to this to, in the car or at home, just tell me, is it scary to communicate with people on LinkedIn? Is it scary to write emails? No, it's not. Absolutely, it's not. It's not. It's not interrupting people. It's not facing your fears. It's not doing things that other people don't want to do. In fact, people want to do that, right? People want to do that. So here's my success habit for you today. The success habit is this: do the work. Yeah, do the work. Be a salesperson. Do the work that you knew you signed up for, the work that makes you uncomfortable, the work that you knew if you did this stuff, you would control your income, control your destiny, and that's why you signed up for sales. Not these other things that aren't scary that people love to do. People wouldn't have a problem doing all day long, from home or from anywhere, it doesn't matter, right? Do the work. You know, there's this book that I read back in the day. I'm not sure if you read it too in the past either, but it's an older book, and it's called Work for a Reason. It's by Larry Winget, and I remember reading this book, obviously thinking it was funny because he was very edgy, Larry, when he wrote this book. But there's some truths in this book. Again, it's called Work for a Reason. But the truth of this book centers around this: being a salesperson is hard. Doing the work is hard, right? We got to deal with rejection, right? We got to face our fears every single day. You know, we got to handle that. You know, I had a rep talk to me about this yesterday. He said, "Hey, Derek, so I went out in the field and I cold called this place and asked for the decision maker. The decision maker wasn't available and they gave me his card. I was hoping you could help me with what I should email the decision maker back, because they said email is the best way to get a hold of them." And so what do you think I said? Based upon this message today, what do you think I said? Well, let me help you out. I said, what are you emailing this person for? That's not scary. That's not being a salesperson. Why would you jump to email? The crazy thing about email is someone can reject you on email and you would even never know it, right? When I get emails from people that I don't know, I send it to spam. Or I literally check this button that says, I don't want to see this email ever again, or anyone from this person ever again. So I'm rejecting this salesperson without them even knowing I'm rejecting them. So I told this guy, I said, no, you call them. Isn't that scarier? He's like, yeah, it is. I said, well, that's what you do. You signed up for sales because you wanted to control your income. You wanted to make that money. I said, so why would you just give up and do the soft thing now? That soft thing where you're just letting the customer reject you without you even knowing. That's cold email. That's your email. But remember, it's called work for a reason. That salesperson, what you agreed to sign up for when you joined sales is you said, I know it's tough, I know it's scary, but I'm willing to face my fears because I want to control my destiny. I want to control my future. I want to make that money that other people can't make because they're not willing to do the things that I'm willing to do. Do the work, right? That's the message for today. That's the success habit. So I want you to look at the activities that you're doing on a daily basis. Okay, here's my action item for you. Look at the activities that you do on a daily basis. And I want you to ask yourself these questions. You ready? First question is this: are these activities scary? Are these activities scary? because that's the work. That's what other people don't want to do. Second question is, am I facing my fears on a daily basis in this job? Be honest. Are you? How much of your job are you facing your fear? Because the more you do it, the more money you're going to make, right? So are you facing your fear 8 hours a day? Or maybe it's just for like 10 minutes. Next question is, am I being a salesperson? Right? Am I being a salesperson? And that salesperson is that person that you knew you would become to do this job. The last question I ask you is this: am I doing the work? Am I doing the work? Because it's called work for a reason, right? And sales is tough. But today, just like you knew back then, that if you faced your fears, if you did the work, if you did the things that other people wouldn't do, you knew that on the other side of all that, on the other side of the work, is that future you've always dreamed about. So do the work. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to join you on your sales journey. See you next time. Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast and you're a B2B salesperson looking for extraordinary results, you have to check out my Outliers community. It's my monthly coaching program where we build the skills and habits needed to take your sales results far beyond your peers and out to where the highest income earners are in your industry, or as I call them, the outliers. Join me in the Outliers community at www.modernSalesTraining.com/outliers. Make sure you type modernSalesTraining.com/OUTLIERS. I'd love to have you join me in my Outliers community. See you there.